Welcome back to another episode of G&G News. So we're going to very quickly battle a Pokemon, and then we are going to continue on our Pokemon journey. So, as you have previously seen, I have got to the Pokemon School on Mealy Island, Pokemon Training School, should I say. In the last video that I did, which was based upon the storyline, the last thing I did was I was battling some of the trainers. You had to battle, I think it was 3 or 4 trainers to then essentially move on in the story. I decided not to finish battling all the trainers because I wanted to wonder trade a load of Pokemon, and that's essentially what I've been doing. I don't have any Pokeballs left because I've spent all my money on Pokeballs and essentially obtaining Pokemon. But yeah, I've got like 70 Pokemon and I haven't even left the first island yet. And I want to try and prove a point and see if I can get every single Pokemon before I move on to the next island. Just to show you guys that you don't have to grind and work ridiculously hard in Pokemon games. If you understand how a Pokemon game works, you can pretty much complete the newer Pokemon games like Sun, Moon, Ultra Moon, if you want to complete the Pokedex by not even moving on to another island. So I'll just read this piece of information for you. Let's turn this up. So, the training school, an education that will make your Pokemon smile. So I'm going to be a good trainer, and I'm going to go back to the Poke Center, heal my Pokemon up, see who's on my team as well. Okay, so I've got a male and female Rolts. Pangoro I can kind of move over to something else because I want to try and evolve one of my other Pokemon. I've got 2 Magikarps. Do you know what? We'll put a Magikarp on the team because I would love to have a Gyarados. Used to make me laugh. Do you remember in the old Pokemon games where you could meet the, you could encounter the trainer who would sell you a Magikarp for like $500? Back then, you were like, why the hell would I spend $500 on a Magikarp when obviously it knew the moves either Splash or Flail, which made it a pretty useless Pokemon. But the fact that now, obviously, if you had kept that Pokemon, it then became a Gyarados. A lot of people obviously got pretty pissed because they would have essentially got rid of that Pokemon or not even bothered to obtain it. But I was one of the people who decided to buy a Magikarp. I kept it on my team for a very long time, and when it finally evolved, I was so happy. So, let's go to the Pokemon Training Center School. Let's speak to Lily. You can tell me anything, anytime that you want. Your team's health restored, and I'll help you. Seeing a Pokemon in pain makes my heart seem to ache. So basically, she's kind of like at the start of the game where you can go to your mum back in your house. You can still do that now, actually, and she'll heal all your Pokemon for free. So if you want a bit of advice from me, here's something that might help. Once you've fought a species of Pokemon once, you can easily see what type of moves will work best on it in your next battle. Wandering about in tall grass to meet lots of different Pokemon will help with that. Battle all the time, oh yeah. And Kukui is also the Master Royal. I know, I'm really sorry, Doro. I kind of like just revealed your whole identity. If you use items or moves to boost your team's stats, you can increase how much damage your Pokemon deals and lessen how much they take. If you ever want to be a Pokemon champion, then that's a total basic. Have you got it? So, let's keep going. And one big difference between Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, well, it's not one of the only differences, but there's 2 types of collectibles that you can get in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. In Ultra Sun, you can collect totem stickers, which are just these stickers that have been put all over the world that you're currently in. And in Sun and Moon, you can get Zygarde pieces. So if you get all the Zygarde pieces, Zygarde is not a Pokemon you can normally obtain in Pokemon Sun and Moon, unless obviously you have it like Wonder traded to you, or you get it via a special event or something. So this was a way of getting you to log more hours into playing the game by essentially having to look everywhere to find these pieces. It wasn't that easy. They spread them out throughout like the whole world, so you couldn't just easily obtain all of these pieces. But once you get it, it is a really good feeling when you finally get Zygarde, because he is an awesome Pokemon. He has several different forms, and he's just a boss, and he looks so badass. Like, to me, he kind of reminds me of like a Transformer, or maybe someone from Voltron or something like that. I don't know. He's just got this So the trainer who will take part in the lesson may be inside or outside the school. You may want to visit our classroom. You'll be sure to learn a lot. So I guess this is, she's not going to let me go upstairs. So essentially there is a trainer somewhere in this school that I haven't encountered yet, or someone outside who is a trainer I haven't encountered yet. So let's just speak to this dude. Slowpoke Yawn is a move that can put your opponent to sleep in battle. When a Pokemon is asleep, it can't do anything until it wakes up, so it can give you a chance against the Pokemon you're having trouble with. That's a nice little bit of information to know. I like how all Pokemon, like NPCs, kind of help you out in a sense. They are NPCs, but they're there for a reason. Normally they're like hints, or if you're stuck, you can like randomly speak to someone and they'll be like, hey, did you know this? And you always learn like cool bits of information off these guys. I reckon it'll be this guy that I battle. No? Okay. Just keep talking to everybody. See what everyone's got to say. And if you like these sort of videos, guys, let me know in the comment section down below and I can continue to make content like this. Also, later today, I've decided I will start playing Pokemon Crystal because... Oh, there we go. Just obtain a potion. See, that's another thing as well. If you talk to the NPCs, they just randomly give you stuff. So sometimes it's good to... So, how to trigger abilities. This is basically explaining how to trigger abilities in a Pokemon battle. There's writing on a blackboard. It describes some of the physical changes that a Pokemon can experience in battle. Would you like to read them? No, because I know the changes that happen to Pokemon in battles. It's basically talking about battle effects. So if you were poisoned, if you were burnt, if you were frozen, if you were paralyzed, what would you do essentially to get your Pokemon to wake up? And the really cool thing is as well, the Pokemon Pelago, you can get all these different beans and berries, and they help like IVs with Pokemon. They also help with stats and like stat affecting moves. They can like literally just clear away stat affecting moves. So it's always good to talk to every NPC that you see. Where is this last one? Okay, so I think it'll probably be the dude that is waiting for a battle. There was a guy waiting for a battle just over here. I think he was by here. Is this the guy? Okay, so here we go. You ready? You want to know why I want to be the strongest? Because it's cool to be strong, duh. Okay, I'm going to teach you a lesson for your attitude. Don't talk rude to me. Right, let's see. Rising Star Joseph. Stands out a Grimer. Okay, cool. We're going to use Ancient Power. Big shout out to whoever sent me this Charmander via Wonder Trade because it learns the move, well, it knew the move Ancient Power, which is